guys, we are online. We are live. We are live. We are live. Okay, now let me be serious. Right, we are live once again on Reading with Joan Couch Talk. Yeah, that's what we do. We just couch talk you on our couch from our home, right here, somewhere in the world. Okay, right, let me be serious. I'm Joan, and I have my co-host,
Big J
and
Little J.
We are moving from all about Zambia to all about
friendship.
I think for some couple of weeks now we've had this topic. We've been talking about it and talking about friendships and talking about going back to school. And so we decided, okay, let's do it. We're supposed to do it last week, but we had a lovely gentleman join us from Zambia. So this week we now said, that's it. We are nailing it in the butt. We are coming and we're going to discuss about friendship. So let me start. Do you have a friend?
Yes.
Do you have a friend? Oh, do I have a friend? I don't
Yes.
know. We'll find out at the end of the day whether we really have friends. So, oh, come on.
Yeah, I do have a friend.
Oh, come on. So let's start by asking the question, what is friend? What is a friend? Who is a friend?
A friend is someone who helps you with problems. Yeah. Yeah, I was reading a book and I read a story called The Wise Old Pig, and it was a princess's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the pig helped him. The pig helped the princess with.
The pig helped the princess with solving his problem. So that pig became the princess's friend.
It was the princess.
Was the princess's friend. Okay, good.
It's a nice pig.
Hey guys! Oh, come on, I'm trying. Sorry. So that pig now became the princess's friend. So Jamie, who is a friend?
Friend is also someone who you share joys with. It's hard to explain what a friend is, because friend is more of a word that you use to describe something else than something that you actually describe. So
in your context, describe it something else. Describe it in that way. Yeah, you just said something. So describe it in that way.
Oh, wait, what?
I don't know what they're talking about. So for me, a friend is anyone who is ready to stick by you irrespective of who you are, shape, color, being, or time.
Shape?
Yep.
Shape?
Yep. Don't you know some people can only make friends with slim people?
Oh dear.
Exactly. So
that's not nice.
So yeah, but do you have a friend like that? You don't have someone that would accept you irrespective of who you are?
Oh, I thought you meant I think if I have someone who only accepts some people or something.
Nah.
Yeah.
You do? Oh, that's interesting. Good. So how can you be sure a friend is a true friend?
Good question.
Jed, how can you be sure someone is a true friend?
Oh, I have no idea. That if they come to your house, if they don't complain that it's dirty, it's small, or any.
Okay, let me interpret that in another words. You can know a friend is a true friend if the friend finds out things about you and is still ready to stick with you.
I want to say a friend finds out history.
Finds out your
Things about
history,
you.
finds out things about you, finds out your weaknesses, and don't exploit it. Because somebody that exploits your weakness is necessarily not a friend.
Does exploit mean share with everyone?
Exploit means to use it against you or use it to their advantage. Yeah. So, there are people like that. And they come to your front and they say, oh, my friend. My friend. Yeah, that kind of thing. So, a friend, how can you be sure that you have a true friend? So, we go back to the question.
Yeah.
Huh?
You can be sure a friend is a true friend. If they don't care, well, not if they don't care, but if they don't mind still being friends with you if you tell them something about your past that isn't necessarily amazing.
But you know that you can also have amazing history and amazing past.
And people don't want to be your friends.
No, and they are just friends because of that amazing part of you.
Like if your great this that is the king of somewhere town.
Yeah. So if you have an amazing history and have an amazing fortune or you can have a lot of people come around you and act as friends. But are they your friends?
No, not always.
Not
Sometimes
always. Not always. So we are still thinking, how can we be sure then? Because people can come around you and say, I'm your friend, my friend. I'm your friend, my friend. But are we really sure? So sometimes the next question could be, what makes a good friend? Because for you to be sure somebody is your friend, you have to know what makes a good friend.
Someone who is kind to you.
Good. But sometimes don't expect kindness from friendship all the time, because somebody that is always kind to you doesn't mean that they are friends. Sometimes friends, you need a hard hand as a friend to give you some very tough questions or give some scolding or to give some rebuke.
I have a hot.
Exactly. So, but you need a friend that will be strict with you sometimes. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Like something that makes a good friend is being honest with them and you being kind to them, and then they'll do it back to you.
Okay, so that's nice. So for you to have a good friend or know a good friend, you are being honest to them and they are kind to you. So there is an exchange or flow of honesty and kindness. Okay, fine. So what makes a good friend? First of all, I think I would say that for a friend, for anybody that wants to make a good friend or that want to identify a good friend, you need to be cautious.
Yeah.
Cautious.
Conscious and cautious.
Yes. Because you need to be very aware and you need to do some checklists. Can this person do this? Can this person do that? There is somewhere in the big book I read that says that a righteous person, that means a good person, is cautious of the kind of people that he calls friends.
Must be a very wise book.
Yep. So for you to know what makes a friend or whether you have a friend, the first thing is, are you cautious? Are you thinking? Are you analyzing everything that you are doing with your friend, the exchange or things like that? Or are you thinking, are they taking advantage of you? Are you taking advantage of them? Because sometimes we are always thinking of, are the people taking advantage of me? But we don't always think, am I taking advantage of other people? Because a true friend will not take advantage of each other. They would rather be kind and honest, like little J said.
Yeah.
So you be cautious, kind and honest, not taking advantage of other people.
I know the 3 C's: cautious, conscious,
Good. Cautious, conscious, and careful. So they just gave me the 3 C's of friendship. So what do? So if you have a good heart, you have 3 things you look out for. Is this person?
Cautious.
Is it?
Conscious.
And
careful. Conscious. That means like aware of their
you are aware of their surroundings. You're aware of what your friends are doing and why your friends are doing things.
For example, at a funeral, if they're not conscious, they're just be like,
So what do you do, or what do good friends, what do they do? I think this way we're going to spend a long time. What do good friends do?
They stick with you. If they can, because sometimes it's a long distance friendship, so they can't like stick with you, but they still talk with you regularly. They like I said earlier, they share joys with you, celebrations if it's their birthday. And if you're a good friend, you will celebrate it with them, and if it's your birthday, they will celebrate it with you.
Okay. Now, before we go on, can you tell me the difference between friendship and acquaintances?
An acquaintance is someone that you just talk to, but you don't really, you're not really their friend. Well, like you are friends, but you're not as close. In the big book that my mom reads, it says that a true friend is closer than a brother. So an acquaintance will not be closer than a brother, but a friend will be.
So that means
your brother is your friend, which is kind of confusing.
Yeah, that means that for an acquaintance, you can have exchange things with them, say hello to them all the road, but you can't just go to them and say, "Let me tell you my next secret. Let me tell you the next plan I have. Let me tell you my next goal." Because why? You have not tested that friendship. You have not been conscious about it. You have not been careful about it. And what's the 3rd C?
Cautious.
You have not been cautious about it. So for you to have a true friend, you would have gone through the 3 C's, which you don't necessarily have to do with an acquaintance. Yes, because you don't have to do those 3 things with an acquaintance. You just say hello to them, and you can invite them to parties. You can do it. You can shout to them and dance to them and yeah. But you necessarily cannot go through pain with them. I was listening to a gentleman that defined friendships by using an analogy of a tree. He said, on a tree, there are lots of leaves.
Yeah.
So those leaves are acquaintances.
Oh.
So they just come, and they come for a season. Do you understand? They are evergreen trees, and they are, what's the other kind?
Something like that.
So those leaves come at a season, and then they dry up. So that's how some friends are. Acquaintances and some friends. That's why I said you have to be cautious, and you're careful, and you're conscious about it. So by doing that, and you have defined that person. This person is here for a season. I'm conscious of that person. So the person is going to go. When all things are not good, the person will go. When I'm facing trouble, the person will go. Now, there are also friends that are branches. You know what branches are? They are there for a season, and after a while, they die, because somehow all the branches of a tree don't stay on the tree forever.
Some do.
So those are the kind of friends that stick with you for a couple of years, maybe through primary school or through secondary school. They are there for a season.
But then, is it that
It's not that they are bad. It's not that they are bad. They are just there for a season. They are serving a purpose for a season. Let me give you an example. If somebody loses, okay, let me say, if somebody is a good sportsman in school, you would always tend to have friends that are in sportsmanship, because you have the same you have the same likeness. You shared something common at that season. But once you leave that level and you have now gone to university and you are doing biochemistry, You will not be, you'll not be always around those that are doing sportsmanship again. You tend to be acquiring friends that are scientists, friends that are biochemists at that level. So those are branches. They come at a certain time of your life. Most of the time they are good. I'm not saying they are not good, but they are not like eternal friends. They are not friends forever.
They're
now
twigs.
And yeah, they are twigs, and they
Some
will
of
drop.
them are twigs,
and some of them will drop. Yeah, exactly. Hi bye friends. But let me tell you, do you know that the leaves are more than the branches? So the leaves are the short term and they go. The branches are the ones that will stick for a while. And when you face some critical situations in your life and they are not able to bear with you, they walk away. Now, how many roots do we have on a tree? Roots. You have, most of the trees have one central root that goes down.
The trunk.
Oh yeah, the roots, the trunk and the root. Let's assume those one is one thing. The trunk. Mind the way you're looking. Relax your eyes. The trunk. The trunk. I can't even imagine looking at that face. I'm like, she's just good, like, oh. So the trunk, the trunk and the root. So those are the ones that will stick with you through all the seasons of your life. There are not many. So that is why by the time you've tested them with your carefulness, your consciousness, and your
cautiousness.
By the time you've tested them with the 3 C's, they remain in your life forever. That is why mommy still have some friends that she was friends with from childhood. And they are still friends up till now. And she can go to them anytime and say, because she has built that relationship, she has tested that relationship, they've stood by her throughout the seasons of her life. And the roots are few. But tell you what, if you have 1 root friend or 2 root friend, it's more than 1,000 leaves or 1,000,000 branches. So that is why we say, so what makes a good friend? We've just defined them and we've talked about who a true friend is. But now, the next thing is, what do friends do to you that you begin to tick the box and say this person has entered the root friendship, or this person is a leaf friendship, or this person is a branch friendship friend? I can just run quickly. Number 1, your friend accepts you. It doesn't matter how you look like. It doesn't matter the shape. It doesn't matter whether you are rich, poor. Your friend accepts you. So if you are embarrassed to show your friend your house, then you are not ready to test that button. Will she accept me? If your friend comes to your house and does not accept you and turn back away from you after she has visited your house or ate from your house, you tick the box, not a friend. So do you know what you do? No, that's the first thing. Does this person accept me? Let's assume I have a mouth odor. Does my friend accept me with my mouth odor? You know, I write a book. One of the character in my book had a scar on his face from an accident. And the young lady I wrote about, the young man doesn't want to have friends or interact with people because of his scar. But this young lady walked up to him and said, look, I'm going to be friends with you whether you have a scar or not. And what happened? The young man ticked the box of good friendship. It doesn't depend on how I look. So you have to tick these boxes. Does this person accept me? Then the next thing is, can this person bear with me? Can this person forgive me? And we continue our friendship. You know, sometimes for some friends, once you're upset with them and you don't want to talk to them again, and that's it, the friendship just ends. They are leaves, they are branches. They are there for only when it's good. But a true friend will get upset with you and they will come back and they will continue their friendship. They will make up. Good friends always make up and they bear with each other. Another thing that a good friend does is they try as much as possible to reduce arguments. If you have a friend and all you do from morning till night is argue, oh, next time I'm going to sit down. But because sometimes argument is seen as a way of fun.
Oh.
Yes. You can have some fun argument. That one is different.
Oh, not those sorts of
not the saw. A debate argument is fine. Not the saw kind of argument to reduce you or pull you down.
What's a quarrel?
Not a quarrel kind of argument. So a good friend will not stir up quarrel with you. Neither will she gang up others in school to stir up quarrel with you. So let me say I'm in school and I said I'm your friend, but I'll go and tell Linda behind and say, Linda, do you know Big J did this? And Linda will come and say, Big J, did you do that to me? Did you do that to me? What? And Linda comes and Linda comes to you and say, oh, I'm your friend. I'm really your friend. That person is stirring up arguments against you and is increasing disputes between you and others. So stay clear. Not a good friend. Another thing friends do is to help each other up. So when you are down, the friend helps you up. So if you have friends that leaves you when you are down, tick box, they are not a friend. But if you have a friend that sticks by you, sometimes even when you are at fault, they still stick by you and say, none of us is perfect. This is your weakness. We will stick together and we'll walk through it. Then you have a friend. Another thing about friend is, Big J, I've already said it. Big J says friend gives kindness. Somebody that keeps hurting you is not a friend, because true friend gives kindness. Another thing about true friend is they always look for something better about you. They look for something better. They're always looking out for something better. They're always helping you something better. I'll give you an example. A few months ago, a friend of mine called me from one of my very long friends called me from Nigeria and said, you need to apply for this thing. And I said, no, I can't. I'm not eligible for it. He looked at me and said, yeah, you have to. So he insisted and he made sure that as I was applying, he was reading through the application because he's a true friend. He's making me better and he wants a better harvest for me. So when you have a friend that is jealous when you are doing an application or going into a competition or comparing yourself or say, oh, because Big J did this, I'm going to do this. Tick box. Yeah. Because a good friend is unselfishly looking out for the good of a friend.
Not looking out to what the word you
pull them down or compete with them.
You used the word earlier. I think it began with A.
You remember? Let me continue. A good friend, take advantage of you. Yeah. A good friend will not forsake you. We've already said that before. And a good friend is always nearby. Let me pick the phone. I can call certain people anytime, any day, they would speak to me. Exactly. Because mom has some good friends.
Yes.
And yeah. So that is a good friend is always nearby. It doesn't matter what you do or how you do it. That's why now that you're young and you're beginning to make friends, and for the kids out there, I want you to begin to tick this box. Does this people fit into this? A good friend influence your character. That is why you need to be careful who your friend is. The big book I read said, if you're an angry person and you have a friend that is always angry, before you know it, it will be rubbing out on you, and then you too, you start getting angry. So let's see. So if I have a friend and my friend is a bully, what do? I join them and I start exactly, even though that's not your intention, but because you want to keep that friend. So now you tick the box. Does this person influence me for my character to be better? Or does this person influence me for my character to be worse? Once they tick the box and say, anytime I'm around Big J, I feel lifted, I speak positive things, we encourage each other, we think of a future, then that's a good friend. What's wrong with that? Now, a good friend also carries your burden. Aha. So when you are going through situation, a good friend will say, I will stay by you. I will sing with you. I will cry with you. I will pray with you. That's what a good friend does. And Big J have already said it. A good friend shares your joy. Makes whenever you're happy, they are there. Now, and a good friend does not take things too personal. Yes, you would hurt a good friend, but a good friend does always have a turnaround time and say, even though you hurt me, I still love you anyway. I'm coming back. So a good friend will always love you. And a good friend will seek for unity, will seek to make things better with you, will seek to always be in agreement with you, not always fall out. And a good friend is where you can get earnest counsel from, where you can always go to seek counsel and you get the right counsel, not the rubbish counsel. Because there are all kinds of people saying things. But if you want a good friend will tell you outrightly where you've done right, where you've done wrong, and where you should do better. Do I do that to you? Oh my goodness!
Sometimes you've not done wrong, but you've not done very well.
Yes. So a good friend will encourage you to do better. You can imagine my friend Big J, whenever we are doing the counsel of, oh, you've done so well, Good J is happy. But whenever I'm going to, no, you need to do better, Good J is like, nobody likes to be scolded anyway, but sometimes a good friend does that to you. So if you have people around you and all they do is to pat you, you are the everlasting best person. Run! There's nobody that is perfect. So if you have one person that checks the box and say, you did well here, you didn't do well here, and you did wrong here, that's a good friend. Now, the last two things, a good friend prays with you. I don't care what religion you are, and I don't care what you practice, but a good friend would always pray with you and seek your best. And the last thing is, a good friend is reliable. Is reliable. Now, I've said so many things about characteristics of a good friend. Is there anybody that can fit into all these boxes? Huh? I don't think so. Little J, is there one person that can fit into all these boxes? Yeah. Yep.
They carry burdens, they help you up, they accept you, they don't care what background you're from. Oh my gosh, no!
So naturally, we'll say that it will be rare for you to get anybody that will fit into all these boxes. But I will tell you, there is somebody that walked upon the earth that fitted into all these boxes. Yes, there is one person. He's perfect. He's never sinned before, and he walked on the grounds on the shores of this earth. If you want to know the person, inbox me. If you want to know the person, inbox me, and we'll introduce you to that person. But we've talked about friendships. We talked about how to identify who a friend is. And we've talked about how to keep a friend. And we've talked about how to make sure your friend is a true friend. And I think we've talked a lot. Should we stop here?
2 more minutes.
2 more. Now, if you have any question about some of the things we've discussed, or you disputed any of the things we've talked about and we've defined as friends, please inbox us. We want to share your views, comment, and let us know, what do you think the characteristics of a true friend we've missed? How should we begin? And how should we maintain a true friendship? I don't think we really talked about that. We would have time to explore more about that. And remember, friendship is a commitment, is an investment. Because one of the reasons I don't play with friendship, because I need to invest my time. I'm a loyal person. And once I put my head into a friendship, I want to be loyal to the core. And so if you're not ready to be loyal in your friendships, then don't build friendships, because people want loyal people.
They don't want leaves.
They don't want leaves. They don't want stem. They want roots. And look out for people that stick with you. There will not be many. You can have only 1 or 2 or 3 roots for your entire lives. But please stick to those roots, respect them, treasure them, and nurture them. Because those are the friends that would last forever. They don't go out in season or out of season. Even when there is no water, the root does not up out of a tree and walk away. It sticks with the tree. Exactly.
Imagine if the
It
roots
does
just walking out.
exactly. Imagine the roots of a tree walking out. They stick with you. And so on this note, we the 3Js, the friends for life, we come and we say thank you for joining us today on Reading with June. And until we see you on Tuesday. Remember, our broadcast is usually on YouTube Tuesday and Thursday, where we do our reading and we communicate with kids. And we put our live post, we put it on Facebook, 4 o'clock Tuesday, Thursday on YouTube, and Saturdays on Facebook. Next week, is either we continue on friendship or we have something new to talk about. But until then, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you joining us today. My friends here, and my friends here says bye-bye.
Bye.